let's chat some AEW and maybe what some might consider a hot take. I really don't know. This is just what I think is going to happen, and I want to talk about it. AEW Full Gear is taking place November 22nd. We are just, days away from that really kind of going down. And there is a pretty interesting matchup that is happening on the show in which we are going to be seeing our AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page take on Samoa Joe. Now, this is a rematch from the last show because we got to see Hangman Adam Page defeat Samoa Joe at Wrestle Dream. And I remember, while I was watching this, I was thinking to myself, oh shit, when Samoa Joe won the number one contenders match to face Adam Page, I was thinking, I don't know how I feel about seeing this, continue. I was ready to see Hangman Page move on to somebody new. I was ready to see him continue to explore what other options there were out there for him as AEW World Champion, as a massive babyface on the show. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Samoa Joe can't lose again to Hangman Adam Page. So my hot take, if you want to call it a hot take, I think Samoa Joe is winning at Full Gear. I think he is going to defeat Hangman Adam Page and take that AEW World Championship. And we were talking about this possibility on the AEW Dynamite podcast. And then I kind of kept thinking about it a little bit more. And I started to think about it like this. Samoa Joe, who we love, by the way, is fucking badass. Like, that dude walks into a room and he looks like he's about to kill everybody in his path. I mean, there's a reason why we got the Joe's gonna kill you chants and have gotten them for several years, because that is the kind of wrestler that Samoa Joe is. He's a killer. And one of my favorites, because you know me, I love the meat. When the meat is good, the meat is good. But anyways, so Samoa Joe is, an imposing figure. He's somebody that I take seriously whenever he's in a matchup. I respect his work so much, and I think the fans do too. Samoa Joe tends to command a certain level of respect. If he were to go up against Hangman Page, which he is, and lose again, I don't know what that does to the persona of Samoa Joe. Now, granted, Samoa Joe has been in the business for so long, so we're never going to lose respect for the guy. We're never going to stop liking him. Of course not. But in this specific chapter of Samoa Joe and Samoa Joe's and Hangman Page's feud on AEW, we got to talk about what's happening right then and there. And right then and there, I do not think that Samoa Joe should be losing again to Hangman Page, especially right now that we've started to see him sort of gear up a little bit in terms of I think it was last week. Last week on Dynamite, I started to look at Samoa Joe and I'm like, he's got a little extra pep in his step. His battery's charged a little bit more. And it made me think, you know what? He's really stepping it up right now. The energy has really sort of shifted in this story where he feels meaner, badder, just more imposing as a heel. And so the way he's been acting makes me feel like they're gearing him up to being now the next top heel AEW World Champion. And that is part of the big reason why I think that he is going to win. The other one is that one of the biggest problems I think AEW kind of has right now is not enough challengers for Hangman Adam Page. I feel like a lot of the matches that Hangman Page has been in, you don't actually buy that the person he's in is actually going to defeat him, which is another reason why I think Samoa Joe will actually defeat Hangman Page, because AEW is going to want to surprise people and shock people and be like, oh my God, anything could happen. And I love that shit, right? I love the anything can happen kind of vibe. So part of me also thinks that because of that, that we might actually see Hangman sort of, that's it for his AEW World Championship reign. He did defeat MJF, he defeated Kyle Fletcher, he defeated Samoa Joe, and those were like really the big matches. Off the top of my head that he had, he defeated Josh Alexander on an episode of Dynamite, which was also cool. Oh, and then the rematch he did with Jon Moxley immediately after his match where he won it all in. So he did get a couple of good defensives in since he won the title. But I do feel like this championship reign was slightly stronger than the first one that he had, but I also feel like he just didn't have enough legitimate opponents there. I do think Swerve being gone, Willa being gone, MJF being gone, Jay White has been gone for like ever. I do think all of these people and probably some other ones, I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody right now, but I do think that sort of the lack of people for him to really tell a big story with has kind of taken away from his feud. So I feel like they're going to want to shake things up, wake people up, and make them feel like anything can happen with a Samoa Joe victory. One of the people that I love, Samoa Joe, that he's wrestled with on AEW is Darby Allin. Darby Allin and Samoa Joe have had some bangers. I'm starting to wonder if this is going to start to be the path for Darby Allin's big AEW World Championship win. I'm wondering if Darby is going to be the guy to take the title off Samoa Joe. I don't know for sure. That's kind of where I'm hoping this goes. We've seen them work together. It was tremendous. I want to see Darby as AEW World Champion. So I'm wondering if that's the direction they're headed in. Again, I'm not so sure here, but I think it's a possibility. And then as for Hangman Adam Page, what is next for Hangman? I have a feeling we're probably going to see something a little different than we've seen in a while. So if he's not going to be in the AEW World Championship picture, I'm wondering if he's going to do something like on the tag team side. I don't know when Swerve Strickland is coming back, but I have a feeling they might still resurface that, especially because the last time that we sort of saw them together, they were, no longer enemies the way that they were. People have sort of been wanting to see Hangman and Swerve become friends. So I'm wondering if they're going to explore that option any further, because that was one of the biggest storylines that AEW has done. So I'm wondering if they're going to explore that and see what they can do with these two guys. No longer as enemies, but maybe on the same side of things whenever Swerve does come back. I do not know. That would be cool. I think that'd be awesome. But I'm trying to think where else we're going from here, but that is kind of my hot take video. I'm calling it a hot take. Screw it. It's a hot take. Guys, I'm going to have, this is what I'm running with. I'm running with it. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I could be possibly right? I don't know. Either way, of course, I'll be here chatting Full Gear on the channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do not hate me if you hate this idea, okay? Please, please. All right, subscribe to the channel for more daily pro wrestling content, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.